What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Don. We are back with another video, and today I gotta talk about Quinton Dunbar and DeAndre Baker. Both NFL players. DeAndre Baker actually plays for the New York Giants, my G-man, and Dunbar plays for the Seahawks. But the two of them, apparently, they got involved in an armed robbery. This is about 2 days ago or so now, and it all took place at a party. According to the arrest warrant, Baker and Dunbar are accused of stealing money and watches with force while armed with semi-automatic firearms. It states that Baker intentionally threatened victims with a firearm. Like when you hear stuff like this, um, and even though, let me just say that news just came in that DeAndre Baker of the Giants just turned himself in because he believes he's innocent. We'll see what happens. Dunbar has not turned himself in yet. I just think these things are so stupid. Like, these things are so stupid for an NFL player. For an NFL player to go and do something like that. Like, you gotta understand something. Like, a lot of players have football as a way out of whatever their life situation is, as a way out of the neighborhood, as a way out of, just disaster and tragedies happening around you all the time. So to allegedly do something like this, it would be very disappointing if it came out if it was actually true. I hope it's not true, but you just don't know these days. And that speaks to a lot of things that you often see with athletes. The 1 minute they can be doing fine in the NFL, and then the off season. The off season is always what hurts some players because in the off season, one, you're not as motivated to constantly keep your eye on the prize, whether it's compete for championships, being in the Super Bowl, or just being under some type of regime or training program that keeps you in line as the season progresses. Especially now with the virus, you don't know exactly when you can start training again. So sometimes you'll go and do things you're not supposed to, and sometimes you don't get caught, and sometimes you might get caught. I believe something definitely took place, though. I have a weird feeling about this whole situation. Um, they're saying for Baker that he has affidavits or statements from witnesses who were at the party, the same witnesses who gave statement to the police that should exonerate him. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't want to I don't want to rush to judgment. And don't get me wrong. I don't want to rush to any judgments. But it just sounds weird to me. There's something going on there. There's something going on there. And from a perspective as a Giants fan, I don't want to make it about Odell or something like that. But you see how, at its worst, a guy like him, who for some reason is very hated, he would never do something like that. But then there's also other players who are capable of doing way worse things, and then when this comes out, the Giants have been very, very quiet so far because they have to analyze situation. Same way I am. You have to analyze situation. So sometimes you can tell, especially with the Giants right now, there's a lot of politics going on in the organization, which is one of the reasons why we're so terrible. But I'll make another video on that. Back to the Dunbar Baker situation. Let's hope the information that comes out is information that actually helps them clear the case. I don't think so though. I think something definitely happened. You don't just go to a party. You don't just go to a party and supposedly you're accused of robbery and magically it wasn't robbery. You know what I mean? Like there's different things that can occur, but usually things don't happen. Like again, I don't want to convict them early in a court of public opinion. But if you listen to the story, the way I perceived it was that they went to the party. Um, they got in a game of gambling, basically, and they basically got hustled. They didn't like that, came back and robbed them. That's what I read originally, even though the second story on ESPN doesn't say that they came back and robbed them. But I believe it went down something like that. because between the two of them, I forgot who it was. They had posted on Instagram something along the lines of that people try to be. I'm putting it in my own words because I can't think of the post what either Baker or Dunbar said. Basically, that people was trying to hustle them, for money because they're football players. So of course they're gonna have some money on them. So I believe that's what really went down, and I think that's what we're gonna see. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize for it, but I just don't think so. And it's just the wrong approach. It's the wrong approach to take. It's just the wrong approach because I'm coming at this from a Giants fan perspective. Like we don't need this. We don't need this in the organization. We don't need this type of negativity. We already look crazy for allowing Eli to play as long as he did, for allowing the Odell situations to get out of hand the way it did, for basically not having a real wide receiver right now. Sterling Shepard is not the guy. From the last 3 years or so, having just bad first round picks from Eli Apple to how do you call that guy? Eric Flowers. You know what I'm saying? So as a Giants fan, I'm looking at this like, you know, Odell was bad, but you wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, though. Um, are the pair of Baker and Dunbar, are they gonna be cleared of the charges? Is there definitely something going on? Let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Listen, it's your boy Dom. We're always coming back with new videos now that I have the time. Let me know something else that you want me to talk about that's on your mind in the world of sports or maybe even entertainment that you want me to touch on and give my opinion on. And I'll see y'all next time with a new video, man. Peace, I'm out.